新年快乐，万事如意，새해 복 많이 받으시고요. 새해 해드릴게요. Happy Lunar New Year, Happy Solal to all my Asian friends and friends in Asia. And it's just another day here in Istanbul. There's no Lunar New Year anything going on here. And today is a very cold, 2 degrees Celsius and bright sunny day here in Istanbul. Yeah, so it's cold and the sun is up. It's like, to me, this is the worst condition ever to be outside. So I am back in my favorite cafe, Vendo Cafe. Whenever, you guys know, whenever the weather is terrible like this. Yes, to me, terrible weather means bright sunny days. Okay, when the weather is terrible like this, you guys would see me back here in Vendo's Coffee. My favorite neighborhood coffee, my immediate neighborhood, meaning, you guys know I live on top of a hill, right? Hold on, let me do my hair. You guys know I live like on top of a hill, right? And so my neighborhood is like everything that's on top and bottom of the hill. But when the weather is like that, I don't bother go to the bottom of the hill, so I stay on top of the hill. So this is the immediate neighborhood around my house on top of the hill, okay? In case you guys are wondering. Here in Vendo's Coffee, my favorite combination, a double shot Americano with cookie. So we're just gonna sit here and wait a bit for my usual viewers and friends to come on before we talk more. But today's just gonna be indoors and talking, that kind of thing. Oh, the double shot is nice. I'm gonna have to go double shot each time. Today, like yesterday, I thought yesterday was Eve of Lunar New Year. That's how much I've lost touch with this whole thing, I thought yesterday was the eve of Lunar New Year, but appears that today is the eve of Lunar New Year and tomorrow is Lunar New Year or Solal for Koreans. Okay, so 100% today I'm not going to see any of my Asian friends up today. Like yesterday I was shocked to see some of my Asian viewers up, yeah. Then it turns out, okay, so it wasn't Lunar New Year Eve, because Eve of Lunar New Year is pretty much when everybody from China to Korea to Southeast Asia have a reunion dinner. So nobody in Asia will be free to sit here and watch a live stream on the eve of Lunar New Year. So that's today, right? That's today, the eve of Lunar New Year. So I think this is going to be a pretty lonely live stream, and very likely, if within like 10-15 minutes, nobody comes on, then I will just end. But of course, I still have my viewers from Europe and America to take care of. So it's gonna be a pretty low-key, lonely episode 100. That's why, I don't want to put too much emphasis on the episode numbers, because sometimes, like you're gonna make big deal, episode 100, but episode 100 happens on a very bad day. So what are you gonna do? And episode 100 is like not like, honestly, not some kind of great milestone. I would consider like episode 1000 or episode 500 to be a milestone, honestly. Or episode 365, that would be a good one. 1 year of live streaming, And here I am, let's take a look at Vendo Coffee, and let's take a look at what Istanbul's looking like today. Nice, bright, sunny day. Cloudless skies. For most regular people, this is a beautiful weather, yeah. But for vampires like me, this is a terrible, 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 scary weather. Vampires like me, this is a scary weather. This is bad weather. We don't go out in this weather at all. We stay indoors. We stay safe from the sun. That's what vampires like us do. Okay, boom, let's do the hair. See, it's been 5 minutes and nobody's on. I've got this feeling like nobody's gonna be on today because of Lunar New Year Eve. Traditional grocery store. You know, I really love to see how all these people work the traditional grocery stores. This is a sight we don't see in many parts of Asia. Not many parts of Asia, but a sight you probably don't see in Japan or Korea or Singapore anymore. Traditional grocery stores. So beautiful. Outlook 생채소 이렇게 누워놓고. Oh! Na Kamal from Bharata. Namaskaram. Welcome. Wow, okay, yeah. Today none of my Asian people are gonna be around, but everything from India onwards will be around. Thanks for being with me. Today is a terrible weather for vampires. Today is such a terrible weather here in Istanbul. So terrible. Such a terrible weather. Bright sunshine, blue cloudless skies, nice sunshine. Such a terrible weather at 2 degrees Celsius. I mean, this is the worst weather for vampires like us. So bad. Are you a vampire too? He looks like a vampire for sure. Whenever the weather is this bad, I stick to my immediate neighborhood, you know. So what do I mean by my immediate neighborhood? Like, because here in Beşiktaş area, come on, I hope you're having a great time in Istanbul. Oh yeah, definitely Istanbul is the best city I've ever lived in my life. It still is. After 1 year and 2 months, I still think Istanbul is the best city that I've ever lived in. Yeah. Have you been to Istanbul, Kamal? India's pretty close to Istanbul, yeah? Yeah. So I suppose a lot. It's so close, you know, you guys would have in 2014. Oh. What do you think? What do you think of Istanbul in 2014? Might be a very different Istanbul than the one I'm experiencing right now, you know? Like 8 years ago. We had a great time. What's your favorite memory about Istanbul? Or what's your favorite thing to do in Istanbul? What was your most good food and lovely people? Yeah, I see. The people is always part of the equation. Yeah, for people who have been to Istanbul and who loves Istanbul, the people is always part of the equation. That means that good and happy, lovely people is not common in the world. You know? It's not common in the world at all. And really, this is the wish of this live stream, to give very good energy, to create good and lovely people 1% at a time. And 1% at a time, you will change the world. Because when you're happy, you make the next guy happy. When you make the next guy happy, he makes the next guy happy, you know? And one person at a time will make the world a better place. Because why? The world is bad for certain people. Of course, I don't feel the world is as bad as everybody tells me to be, but it's only bad because of unhappy people. When everybody's happy, when everybody's blissful, there will be no problem in this world. Kamel, absolutely 100%. The people in Istanbul, so lovely, so beautiful. Like our lovely vampire here. The vampire here is waiting for the next victim to suck their blood. It's chain reaction. Yeah. But Kamel, what do you think is your biggest takeaway from watching my live stream? Like, did my live stream change anything in your life, or what's the thing about my live stream that keeps you coming back like this? No, honestly, my live stream is about nothing, it's just me sitting here talking, Of course, lately I try to put in a little bit more effort, show you guys some stuff around Istanbul, Oh, quite a lot of people on, actually. I'm surprised. On this Lunar New Year Eve. It's nostalgia of Istanbul. So Kamel keeps coming back to my live stream because it's Istanbul related, yeah? So being here in Istanbul does appeal to certain people, I see. Thanks for the information. And B from Singapore, 恭喜发财，万事如意. Hi, Limpeh, happy Lunar New Year. We're preparing for New Year celebration. Very appreciate you to drop in like this, because I know right now is the most busy time in pretty much everywhere in Asia, from China to Korea to Southeast Asia. All of you are preparing for your Lunar New Year reunion dinners, yeah? Very grateful. I really appreciate you taking the time to drop in and say hello. Say po mani 받으세요. B from Singapore, I like today. None of my Asian viewers are going to be on, I think. Kamel, you're a happy-go-lucky guy. Not really. I don't say I'm happy-go-lucky, but that I don't know. I don't know how to describe. I would describe myself as happy-go-lucky, because happy-go-lucky seems to be like pretty positive out of a negative. Meaning like you're a person who runs into a lot of negatives in life, but you just take it easy. But that's not my attitude. I'm like this not because I'm able to be smiling in bad times, but that honestly, I don't feel that the times are bad in the first place. B, reason for coming back to your channel. Nice to see many people from many parts of the world talking. Okay, that's interesting. Thanks for sharing. Kamel, you made life easy. In a way, maybe. Yeah, my of course, definitely 100% about my life is by design. My life did not happen randomly. Yeah, that much is true. Like everything how I live my life is by design. Yeah. And I really appreciate B from Singapore for popping in. Here's wishing you and your family a very wonderful Lunar New Year celebration. Very happy, very blissful, with families and love around you. Yeah, here's wishing all of you, B's family, a very good 春节好. Like in China, I spent 10 years in China, yeah? In China, we don't say 新年快乐, we say 春节好, because it's not 新年, it's 春节. It's not a new year, it's spring festival. It's celebrating spring. It's not celebrating a new year, in China. B, if I don't or can't see so much of the world myself, hearing them is the next best thing I can get. Yeah, like I said, pretty much your eyes and ears on the ground, yeah? And I go to ridiculous places and get myself into ridiculous situations that even if you deliberately plan a vacation, you won't do it the way I do what I'm doing, right? If you do a vacation, you won't do what I'm doing, right? So I think I'm showing you guys a different kind of life, a completely different kind of life. Actually, it's not even about just being overseas or not, yeah? Kamel, maybe you have worked hard in the beginning. I worked. In a way, yeah. I earned my skills. Yeah. I earned my skills the very hard way through very long periods of time to achieve what I can today. Yes, to be able to do what I can today. It's not something you can just learn. It's something you have to train, you have to persist, and you have to just get good at it over a very long period of time. B, thanks for the New Year wishes. Same. Hope it's the same for you too. To me it's nothing here. Not even my favorite Korean restaurant is open today. So today I'm totally nothing Asian and nothing Lunar New Year, nothing Solal, nothing at all. Okay. Today to me is less than just a normal day. Because a normal day I hang out in a Korean restaurant. Yeah. So at least I feel a little bit of Solal going on, but not today. Today even the restaurant is closed. B, after hearing so much of Istanbul, I'm thinking next June might be a time I can take my next June, meaning June of 2022 or 2023. Carmel, could you please clarify the current inflation situation? Oh, it's a long one. I'll get back to this in a bit. Let's go through the other messages. B, there seems to be less border control related to COVID. There's absolutely no lockdowns or controls about COVID here in Turkey. Only a little bit, a very short period of lockdown when I first came in early 2021. After that, nothing is normal life. Yeah. Sherry R. Hi Limpeh, congratulations on your 100th live stream. Quite an achievement, you appreciate it. Welcome Sherry, and just wishing you Happy Lunar New Year, because from an Asian person's perspective, I know you don't celebrate. But thanks a lot for seeing that today is episode 100. Like, I think most people did not realize, yeah. But the thing is, it's gonna be episode 100 on the eve of Lunar New Year is a very bad idea. I will have none of my Asian viewers on today. But strangely, a lot of people on today, B, June 2023. Okay. Oh, Elijah, say po mani 받으세요. Hello, Elijah, say po mani 받으시고요. Thank you for my kids' major exams, and Elijah, congrats on your 100th live. Yes, guys, this is episode 100 of the live stream here in Istanbul. For those of you who are new to my live stream, this is a live stream. We're here in Istanbul. I've been here for 1 year and 2 months. I go to a different place, a location, grab a coffee, and then chat about anything and everything. And today is a very bad weather here in Istanbul. Let's take a look at how bad the weather here in Istanbul is, okay? This is how bad the weather is. Such a bright sunny day, blue skies, cloudless day with bright sunshine at 2 degrees Celsius. Yes, to me this is a terrible weather. This is the most terrible weather for anti-aging vampires, where it's cold and sunny. The worst combination ever. Cold, dry and sunny, man. So on bad weather days like this, I don't go up to show you guys places in Istanbul. I just come to my favorite neighborhood cafe, vendor cafe, grab some cookie and coffee, and then we chat about anything and everything, right? Whenever the weather is so bad, it's bright and sunny like this, I would just sit in a cafe. I won't go out the shows in Istanbul. I'm so sorry, because anti-aging vampire, we stay away from the sun. Oh, retro episode 100. Yes, it's episode 100. But too bad, yeah. Episode 100 have to fall on Lunar New Year Eve, so I won't have any of my Asian viewers. And today is such a terrible weather, so I can't go out and do fun things for you guys. So it's just this, alright. And so, wow, I'm so happy to see so many people on so early. Usually I don't get so many people on this early. Kamel, congrats on making century. Thank you. B, is June a good time to go to Istanbul? Not really, unless you like hot weather. July is the hottest time in Istanbul. And when I say hot in Istanbul, it's not Singapore hot, no. Singapore hot is nothing like Istanbul hot, right? Because Singapore hot is very cloudy and you get very shady and humid. But here in Istanbul summer has no cloud at all. So we're talking direct UV blast on you. You really feel it, you know. And it's very dry. It's very, very, very. It's a terrible time. I would say the best time to be in Istanbul is October and February. October and March. Yeah. The best time to be in any four season country is always spring and autumn. Best time, spring and autumn. Yeah, and it's no difference. And Istanbul is no exception. The best time is spring and autumn. Okay, which happens in March, April, and then October, November. Godfrey, oh, Happy New Year, bro. Say po mani bashkuyo. Godfrey, bro. Wow, Godfrey. Another one of my bro who made his dream come true, who's living in Korea right now with his wife. Very beautiful family, doing great things in Korea. Being one of the pioneering car tuners and racer. Man, Godfrey is living the totally alternative life, but in a framework which everybody will be envy of. 정말 잘했다. 내 형제야, 친구야, 잘했다. Elijah, like Seoul hot. No. Seoul, June and July is nothing compared to Istanbul, because Seoul, June and July there's cloud cover, but not in Istanbul. Can you imagine blue azure sky with no cloud, just like today, no cloud, and nearly 40 degrees Celsius? You know. B, will there be lots of heat waves? Oh yeah. Oh no, hot is not easier to manage than cold. Cold is easier to manage than hot, okay? Because when it's cold, you can just put on more clothing, but when it's very hot, you cannot, there's nothing more to remove. You want to walk naked in the street. Even worse, when you walk naked in the street, the UV will blast you like lightsaber. Oh, hot is much harder to manage than cold. So a lot of people don't understand this, they think hot is easier to manage than cold. No, cold is way easier to manage than hot. There's never any time that's too cold to go out, because you can just put on a lot of clothing, but it can get too hot to go out. Because why? Because you cannot go out naked. Yeah, even if you go out naked, it's still too hot. Elijah, I prefer colder weather. Same, I prefer colder weather. B, I prefer heat to cold. Can't say that until you experienced it. Can't say that until you have actually done it. Really, honestly. You can't say you prefer something other than another thing only because your life up to this point has been more exposed to this thing rather than that thing, You have to have equal exposure to both things before you can make an educated conclusion that you like this more than that or that more than this. Of course, cold weather and hot weather both have severe inconveniences, both. But overall, I find colder weather way easier to manage than hot weather. Egypt. Oh, Egypt is very, very close to. It's not about the heat. Like I said, because you're used to the heat. Yeah, you spend most of your life in heat, so you think you prefer heat to cold. But until you spend as much time in the cold, then you can make that preference. Yeah. See, most people, when they say they prefer one thing other than the other, if you look at their life, it's always because they spend most of their life in this thing rather than the other, and mostly not of their own choice. Okay, so it's not an actual objective and fair bias at all. You can only say you like something more than the other when you have spent almost equal time with both things. Then you can make the kind of judgment, But anyway, I'm not saying like what's this? I'm not saying that absolutely that you're wrong or what. I'm just making this a overall broad educational thing for everyone to everybody's benefit. Yeah. But of course, definitely, most Koreans who spend all their life in winter hate winter. Yeah. Most Korean girls hate winter. That's why you see a lot of Korean girls moving to Singapore. Most people don't know, that Singapore is the second largest community of Koreans immigrants in the world. First largest being Beijing. Most Koreans immigrate to Beijing. Yeah, a lot of Koreans, they like China, and they moved to China. So Beijing is, but mainly I think for Beijing is for work. So most of the big companies like Hyundai and Samsung, they have a lot of employees in Beijing. And then I think Singapore is more like a lifestyle choice, and that's a close second. Singapore is the second most Korean community in the world. It's in Singapore, you know. It's interesting, you know, huh? Yeah, it's, and when you ask these people why they go prefer Singapore, right? Most of them will say because they like the heat, you know, that there's no winter. Koreans hate winter, I'm telling you, really. Oh, Tin Foy Man, I haven't seen you around for a very long time. Tin Foy Man, welcome. And for those of you who just joined me, and if you are in Asia or whatever, here's a 恭喜发财，万事如意. Say hey, 받으세요. Happy Lunar New Year to all of you who cares for Lunar New Year, who have families to celebrate Lunar New Year with. The Lunar New Year is 100% a family thing. When you have no family with you, it becomes nothing. Like if I'm back home in New York, like over the past weekend, wow, Limpeh had so many sold out dinners and celebrations with the community, with the Korean community over the past weekend in New York. But I'm all alone here, and there's no significant this and that community. Of course, I end up hanging out in the Korean restaurant. If you guys have been following me on my Instagram, like pretty much every day I hang out in the Korean restaurant these days, yeah. We're trying to get back some of this thing, you know. But today even the Korean restaurant is closed. So nothing really, absolutely nothing Lunar New Year for me today. Oh, shish, namaskaram. Oh, a lot. Today I 100% absolutely expected a very quiet live stream because I think nobody's gonna be around because it's Lunar New Year Eve. So half of my viewers at least won't be around. But today, boom, a lot. And it's very weird because every time I stream from Vendor Cafe here, I get more people watching. Why? Why is this so? Is it because it's Monday or what? I don't understand. What about Vendor Cafe that makes more people come to my live stream? Right? I don't understand. But really, thank you guys for joining me today. It is a very terrible weather day here in Istanbul. How terrible is it? Let me show you guys how terrible. Okay, like when you guys see me here in this V Cafe or Vendor Cafe, you know I'm only ever here because the weather outside is terrible and I don't want to walk anywhere outside of my immediate neighborhood, okay? That's why I come here because this cafe is right in front of my house, okay? Not right in front, but a few steps from my house. But what's the weather like today? Ooh. Blue, cloudless sky, bright, beautiful sunshine, and cold, 3 degrees Celsius. Such a ugly day. How ugly it is. Ooh, such a terrible weather, such a terrible, ugly day for anti-aging vampires like me. So whenever you guys see the weather is terrible like this, I'll be here in Vendor Cafe. In case you guys are wondering, like, why is this my immediate neighborhood? And I keep showing you guys parts of my neighborhood. It looks like a big neighborhood. Now, basically, I live on top of a hill. So on top of the hill, there's a circle, a very small circle of shops and cafes and everything. That's my immediate neighborhood. But when I come down the hill, about 2 minutes walk down the hill, that's where all the rest of the few hundred cafes and restaurants are at the bottom of the hill. So when it's sunshine like this, I don't want to walk down the hill because I get a lot of UV exposure. So I stick to my immediate neighborhood on top of the hill. And in this neighborhood, my best cafe is this place. It's nice and bright and great place for streaming overall. Let me get my coffee. Oh, here, back to my favorite seat. See, there are some people there just now. I don't want to disturb them, so I moved to their another seat. So, yep, let's see. You know why I mess with my hair so much? Why? Because you guys may be looking at my face, no, but all I'm looking at is a mirror. What do you do when you look at a mirror? You mess with your hair. Yeah? Shish, you underestimate our talent of looking. Limpeh is still a lot. But anyway, this is also episode 100 of my live stream. Episode 100. Wow! If you guys enjoy the 100 days with me, do click the like button for me, and you can further support my live stream to make it more sustainable by going to the comment section and clicking on the S button. When you click on the S button, you can drop me a tip. Every live stream like this cost me about $5. So if based, but I only make 20 cents per live stream. So your tips will help me to get close to or really or even realize zero cost for streaming like this. And when it's zero cost, it becomes sustainable. And if it's sustainable, we'll go from 100 today to day 1000. I want to really look forward to day 1000 with you guys. So let's make this happen, yeah? Gumnia Productions. Happy Lunar New Year. Oh, Happy Lunar New Year, Gumnia. Oh, I've not seen this name on my live stream before. Where are you watching from? She's 100 episode on Lunar New Year. Yeah, which is bad. 100 episode on Lunar New Year Eve. Tomorrow is Lunar New Year. Tomorrow is Solal. Tomorrow is Chunjie. Not today. Today, but for Asians, today is bigger than tomorrow because the eve of Lunar New Year is bigger than Lunar New Year itself. It's the same in China. It's the same in Korea. Like right now, Koreans will be so super busy. I think all Asians, like right now, they're all preparing for reunion dinners. Very busy time. Yeah. That's why I was half expecting like, oh, episode 100 is going to be a very quiet episode, but oh no, a lot of you are on. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And I'm here in Istanbul, and today even my favorite Korean cafe restaurant is closed. So to me, today is nothing. I won't feel anything Lunar New Year. No, because the Korean cafe restaurant is the only little bit of Asian culture that I can feel here in Istanbul. But even that is closed today. So today, for me, is absolutely just another day. And the stock market is open as well. So just another day. I work my work, do my stream. Oh yes, I recognize the lady's painting from the upper. Yeah. Oh, 진짜 예쁘네. outlook 생채소 이렇게 넣고 좀 햇빛 아래서 예쁘게 생겼네. It's a very sunny day today. Yeah. And it's 2 degrees Celsius out there. 2 degrees Celsius sunny day. I really appreciate actually only B is around. I really appreciate B for jumping in for a little chit chat, even on Lunar New Year Eve night like this. Really appreciate it. B is my only viewer from Asia today so far. Yeah, for East Asia, okay, let's say East Asia. Where Asia includes India. So, I'll just say Far East, yeah? Yeah. B is my only viewer from the Far East today. B, any Koreans invite you to over... Oh, there's no community here. There's no Korean communities here. Yeah, so in New York, yes, in New York, Limpeh has been busy with sold-out dinners all weekend because of the community there. But here, there's no Korean community. There's no Chinese community. There's no Korean community. It's all very spread out all over the place. There's no community. Even in, I pretty much I've stocked out in that Korean restaurant for the past 2 weeks. Like every day, I'm just sitting there observing people in the restaurant, and I do not see a significant form of community at all. Most Koreans who come to the restaurant, I only see once, and they don't even live in the area. Mostly tourists, so there's no community. Only the satangnim. Yeah. Shish. Will you sing for us tomorrow for No, I don't celebrate. This thing. Yeah. So why should I? It's not my New Year. I'm sorry. I don't do Lunar New Year. I've not done Lunar New Year like for forever. And for me, Lunar New Year or Solar Korean New Year is, I only do it when and if Limpeh is around and with when I was in Korea. But right here, No, there's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing Lunar New Year here, so I'm not doing anything special. B, you're as good as Korean now. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. B, Korean restaurant owner. Yeah, just a ajuma, just an old lady, just one single old lady. Yeah, no owners, just one single old lady. The chef and owner. Yeah. So today she's off. We're not doing anything. Yeah. Tomorrow the restaurant will be open, so I'll go to the restaurant for some tteokguk and japchae. Tteokguk and japchae is like the minimum thing you should eat during Seollal. For Korean New Year, there's the myeonjeol sipum or the Korean New Year must eat food. Okay, there's two. Tteokguk and japchae means mixed vegetable and rice cake soup. These two are, of course there are many other things that typically happen, that typically I'll eat on Korean New Year's, but these two are like the compulsory. So tomorrow I'll go down to the restaurant. Restaurant's open tomorrow on Seollal, and I'm just gonna have a little bit of japchae, yeah, and that's it. Sing to us. She's make us happy. Depends, depends if I'm in the mood to do so or not, yeah. And depends on the weather. If the weather is good, meaning no sun, gloomy and all, then I'll go out and show you guys more of Istanbul, yeah. B, like they adopt you for the New Year. What do you mean by adopt you for the New Year? I can't sing anything without the lyrics on the screen. I need a lyrics on the screen. Question: how to put Limpeh in the mood to sing? Lick alcohol. Without a bit of soju, you won't see me singing. B, guess you are so used to it. Good to have some celebration. Not sure, but it's a very Chinese festival to celebrate. Yeah. I celebrate Chunjie for those 10 years when I was in China. I celebrate Seollal when I was in Korea. And right here in Istanbul, it's just nothing. So, nothing. But in the end of the day, right, Chunjie and Seollal are both family festivals. So when you're not with family, it's nothing. When you're not with family, you don't even know when it is. I thought last week was it. Honestly, if not for all the people posting about it on Facebook, I wouldn't even know it's happening. Honestly. Tin Foil Man will send you some vodka. I don't do vodka, I do soju. Vodka tastes like to me. If you can send me some soju, man, I'll sing for you, man. Limpeh, we don't have soju in my country. Do you run? No. Unless there's soju, you not hear me sing. B, so someone Korea adopt you for this New Year around now will be nice. Why do I need a Korean to adopt me? I'm pretty much Korean. I can get the Korean passport right now if I want to. It's just that right now the Singapore passport is more powerful than the Korean passport. The only reason why I'm still Singaporean. Otherwise I'm fully Korean. From culture to food to everything. Just the passport right now. Even family. Even my family's Korean, so yeah. Only thing Singaporean about me is the passport, which honestly I can change. Right now I have two choices. Immediately I can change to Turkish passport or Korean passport right now if I want to. Oh, Gunaiden Haifa from Singapore. Welcome. Haifa, do you guys celebrate Lunar New Year with the rest of the folks? Mr. Tin Foil Man. Okay, we send you rice wine. No. Rice wine won't do. Soju is soju. It's not sake. Sake cannot replace sake or paichu cannot replace soju. B, to celebrate together. Just to celebrate. I don't know, there's nobody Korean here. Like I said, there's no Korean town and no Chinatown here. No Chinatown, you know. You know, like you expect like there's a Chinatown everywhere in the world, right? There's no Chinatown in Istanbul. There's no Korean town in Istanbul. You know? Pretty much there's a Chinatown and a Korean town everywhere in the world. Right? In every major city, I am actually quite surprised to see that there is no Chinatown and no Korean town in Istanbul. So there's no concentration of these people together. So there's nothing, you know. I'm quite surprised to see that. Shit, I'm gonna send you tequila. No, I don't do tequila. I don't do tequila. Haifa, yep, just have an early reunion meal. I celebrate everything. Yeah, that's the spirit, Haifa. That's the spirit, you know. That's the way to do Singaporean, you know. But don't get me started on all that thing about Singapore again, you know. Like, I am fully against any one form of racial or cultural or ethnic majority in Singapore. Singapore should be multicultural, should be equal multicultural, should be a place with no cultural or ethnical identity, where everybody can live pretty much like New York. It should be like New York, you know. Like you can live however you want with no form of majority. Yeah. B, have a good day. Gotta go. Once again, B, thanks for dropping in, and 恭喜发财，万事如意。High five. As long as it brings happiness. Yeah. Have you seen Indians in Turkey? Oh, yeah, I have. It's hard to say Indians. The girl working in the Korean restaurant is from Sri Lanka. Of course, Sri Lanka is not exactly India anymore. Yeah, but she's from Sri Lanka, and there's Indian restaurants around here as well. But I would say it's a very mixed pot. You can't say just Indian, but specifically Sri Lankans, Bangladeshi, even Pakistani you have here. Yeah. But like Indian, I've not met Indian. I've met Sri Lankan, Bangladeshi, and even Pakistani, but not Indian. Yeah. B, thanks for the good wishes. Yeah, really. You have a very beautiful family, B, and I really wish you guys a very blissful, very happy year ahead, new year ahead, but also be very mentally prepared for a very challenging year, right? Yamseng! Man, Yamseng is even in The Expanse TV series if you watch The Expanse. Wow, 13 viewers. You know, every time I come to this cafe, I have more viewers. Why? Then I might as well just stick to this cafe, you know, because it takes effort to be out there showing you guys this and that about Istanbul, no way. I can just sit here and get more viewers. Why? I don't understand this. Mr. Tinfoil Man, I would love to see Turkey, but I'm too scared to leave the US. Why are you too scared to leave the US? Limpeh, one red wine, free later. Nah, it's bright day, like early in the day. No liquor early in the day. I really like the double shot Americano here. Haifa. In my place, it's like multicultural. I know, right? Your family, very beautiful family, Haifa. So many kids, I cannot even imagine. I can't even count. You have more kids than I can count at a glance already. And you guys are like crazy. You celebrate all kinds of cultures. You're all together, Turkish and Japanese and everything. so amazing family. It's like multicultural. My second born is so Japanese. Yeah, third is Korean. Yeah, that's the feeling I get from looking at your Facebook posts. You know, like your family is so Japanese, Turkish, everything together. It's so crazy. Tinfoil Man, it's midnight here, so drink up. Drink one for me, man. I drink in shots, by the way, so you gotta just take it in. Shish, I just want to see you singing. I thought I've sing a lot of times in previous live streams before. You guys see me sing a lot, right? On live stream, yes or no? Yes or no? Hello? It's never enough. But you know, a long time ago when I live streamed, I did. We had a soju session in one of my live streams, and we were singing and like crazy. Yeah. So those of you who came, who followed me since that time, you have seen me sing a lot. You only have Bud Light. Wow, a lot of people on, yeah. And I only got one of my regular Asian viewers today, which is B. So I'm getting a lot of Europe and American viewers today. So if you are here for the first time, you know, 15, but I know the regulars, and there's 15 others like lurking around, yeah. So if you're new to my live stream, welcome. This is a live stream where every morning here in Istanbul, I take you guys to a different part of Istanbul, grab a coffee, explore Istanbul a little bit, and chat about anything and everything in life, right? If you like this form of live stream, it happens every day at 10:30 a.m. time, where I show you the beautiful life, right? If you like this form of live stream, do help me by clicking the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification button, and join me every morning 10:30 a.m. Turkish time. And if you want to support my channel further and want to help me keep this live stream at zero cost, so that we can keep doing this for a long term. Yes, today is episode 100. Let's make it episode 1000. It can help me by going to the comments and clicking on the little S button where you can drop me a tip. Every session like this cost me $5. If we can make this as close to zero cost as possible, I'm not making nothing out of this. You know, this is I'm from YouTube. I made like 20 cents from this. So you can if we can make it like as close to zero cost as possible, we will keep this sustainable, and one day we'll see episode 1000, right? And today is a very nasty weather here in Istanbul. Yeah, very nasty. Whenever you see me here in Vendor Cafe, you know, Vendor Cafe is my favorite immediate neighborhood cafe because it's just like 2 steps from my home, right? But whenever you see me in this cafe, it can only mean one thing. It means the weather outside is so bad. Let me show you bad weather. Boom! Bright, beautiful sunshine, cloudless azure blue sky, people taking it slow on the streets, sunlight on outlook, sunlight on beautiful color vegetables, and 2 degrees Celsius. Yes, to me this is the worst weather to be out there. Why? Because if you have not following me long enough, then you don't know I'm a vampire. That's why I don't age. Yeah, anti-aging vampire. This kind of weather is the worst to be out there because it's cold, it's dry, and you're getting a lot of UV. It's the worst condition for your skin. So whenever the weather is bad like this, you will find me here in Vendor Cafe. But when the weather is good meaning dark and gloomy, somewhat rainy, and that's gonna happen tomorrow, you will see me out there showing you guys more of Istanbul, okay? So let's check some messages. Eugene Kao, 跟完是干杯. Oh yeah, Eugene Kao came from that live stream. Yeah. So Eugene Kao have seen me sing a lot. Yeah. But I really appreciate it, Eugene. And yeah, 恭喜发财万事如意, Eugene, and say hey for money 받으세요. Eugene is another, and just like Godfrey, Eugene and myself, we are very, very similar background. They are Singaporeans with Korean spouses and pretty much living in Korea as well. So, Eugene, say for money 받으세요. Eugene, I really appreciate you being on. Right now, should be very busy right now. 시가 아니에요, 지금? 지금 조카에 있는 거 아니에요? You're not with your in-laws tonight. Like today, like right now is super busy time for Korea. They have to prepare your puchingges, you have to prepare your kochis. Super busy time. Eugene, lurking here in a telecon in the same time. Oh. Haifa, love that photo behind you. It's a painting. Yeah, I've shown this painting the other day. It's very, very beautiful. It's half abstract painting of a African lady. I mean, 1,000 episodes and more, inshallah. Yep, sun is bad. Eugene Carl. I didn't come from that live stream. Oh, you didn't come from that live stream, but he sent you a samurai burger. Yeah, I know, right? Aww. I'm still very thankful for the samurai burger because that is the first samurai burger I had in over 3 decades. Eugene Carl, in-laws running about, I'm still working. Pinkero, you're just pretending to work so that you don't have to be part of the Korean New Year mess. Yeah. You know, only when you are in a Korean family, you know the mess you go through during Korean New Year or Solal. Was grating pears, I saw the pack of meat. Make your puchinges, all your tonggrang thing. But all this usually the ladies will do. Usually, to be quite honest, the man does nothing. Yeah. To be honest, men are not expected to do anything. What is the ladies, especially the ladies, especially the eldest daughters, they really hate Korean New Year because of everything they're expected to do. You know. Was grating pears earlier this morning. But it's nice. It's just once a year. And I think it's good atmosphere to be in a family during Solal. It's really good. Solal is different when you're in a family, and Solal is different when like you're just a small family like me and Limbu, and then we celebrate it with the rest of the Korean communities in New York. It feels different. It's still very different when you are doing this in a family. It feels so different. Eugene Kao have to help as a foreigner-in-law. Just help out a bit low, earn some brownie points. How many years in which this is your Myeponje Solal? How many? Oh, I don't even know how to say this in English. How to say this in English? Myeponje Solal. How many times? Myeponje. How do you say Myeponje in English? In Mandarin it's like 第几次春节 第几次 You know, Solal is not 春节. I don't know how to say Solal in Mandarin either. Oh, this is your first Solal. Oh, welcome to the tradition. Later you guys are gonna do sepe. You know how to do sepe? Eugene? Most times we will be overseas. Do you know how to do sepe for Solal, Eugene? King Foyman, your coat looks warm. Yeah, I even have the kind gentleman turn off all the heaters so that I don't have to remove my coat. Because to me, I don't like heaters indoors. Why? Because it's very troublesome. Then I have to take off everything. And then once I go out, I have to put it all on again. It's very tiring. So every time I come to a cafe or what, and I'm the only person around, I ask them to switch on all the heaters. So that I don't have to take off the jacket, honestly. Eugene Kao, thankfully I get a free pass on that. 一试一试可以了 I got a free pass on that because you're a foreigner-in-law. But you have a very accommodating family. I have to say that. But how's the attitude towards you in the family? Like, do they treat you like a foreigner, or do they try to make you adopt all the cultures and everything? How are things in your family? A mix of both. I give him a bit, they give him a bit. But what's your long-term plan? That eventually when you have kids, you really have to decide, are you Korean or are you Singaporean? You can't be both, you know. By the time you have kids, you have to decide one core culture. Otherwise, the kids will be so confused and very hard to plan your life, you know. What are you gonna be? It's strange when you can choose, yeah? But yeah, you can choose. And you have to choose by the time you have kids. What is it gonna be for you? Kim Foy Man, you should do a food eating video. I don't know, like mukbang, yeah? Actually, I feel, like yesterday I mentioned that I might want to do a mukbang because I do eat interesting things for lunch, but it's kind of hard because mukbang you need like special cameras and special angles so that you can get the food and the face at the same time. You notice that if I'm eating here like this, you can never see the food and the face at once because of the limited camera angle. You know, it's technically actually very hard to do a mukbang. Most people don't know. You watch a mukbang video, you think like, oh, it's a simple thing to do. No, it's so difficult to do. Getting the angle is very hard. It's very hard. I still don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do a mukbang. Because like right now, let's say right now, I have something in front of me right now here. You won't see it. So I'll be eating, you won't see the food. How do you do it? Like here, so if here, how do I get the food hovering in the air like that? You know, it's just very hard. The technical issues, a lot of technical issues for doing mukbangs. I still don't know how to do it, but I do want to do it. You know, I think it's fun. Eugene, the kilos mixed for now, but SG's cosmopolitan enough to not force to choose. But we end up in Korea long term. We have to exactly because when it comes to kids, you have to choose. And because Korean culture and society is so different, and in fact education is so different from Singapore, that if you don't choose one, it's very hard to survive in that one. Like if you choose to be Singapore education and culture, then your kid, and then you cannot turn back, you know, it's very hard for your kid to survive in Korea. But if your kid grew up and educated in Korea, so he knows the way things work, then it becomes very hard for your kid to merge back to Singapore. In the end, you have to choose, you know, that's the thing. Because in the end of the day, Korean culture is not cosmopolitan. But if you do cosmopolitan Singapore, then your kid can pretty much merge to a lot of places. Australia, America, UK, a lot of places, a lot of choice. But if you choose to merge with Korean culture, then you have very limited choice. Very limited. Very, very limited. Eugene Kao, like my elder kid speaks English to me and Korean to the in-laws. But it will come upon a time where he has to choose what he or her road is, because both societies work so differently, and you need to be on certain path, especially Korea. You need to be on that very straight and narrow path to make it in Korean society. You have to do that step by step. You can't skip any of these steps. Otherwise, you try to come back in, it becomes very awkward. Real talk, hello from Holland. Hi, welcome to my live stream. I haven't seen you before. Welcome. For those of you new to my live stream, this is a live stream. We're here in Istanbul. Yes, I'm in Istanbul for 1 year and 2 months already. I go to a different place or location, grab a coffee, show you guys a bit of Istanbul, and talk about pretty much anything and everything under the sun, right? If you enjoy my live stream, it happens 10:30 a.m. Turkish time every day. Every day. This is episode 100. Eugene Kao, 船到桥头自然直. We'll cross the bridge when we get to it. You are that type, yeah? The thing is, sometimes by the time you reach the bridge and you find that you don't really want to cross the river, it's too late, you know? Reddit says Istanbul's Chinatown is growing in the whatever areas that I never heard of, and Korean town is actually not really. It's not the traditional idea of a Chinatown or Korean town. There are some Korean restaurants scattered across Sicily, but it's no Korean town. It is no strong Korean community at all. It's not the kind like you see in New York or even in Singapore. In Singapore, you have the whole Bugis area, right? Pretty much Korean town now. And no strong presence. Like in Beijing is a Wangjing area. It's pretty much the whole place is like Korea. But not this. This is not Korean town. This is just one restaurant. One restaurant in Sicily which Koreans sometimes frequent, and it's not really a community thing, you know. Tin Foil Man, do you ever put whipped cream in your coffee? Never. Why you want to destroy coffee that way? If you're a real coffee lover, you put nothing in your coffee. Then only you can enjoy the true aroma and the true depth of the taste of coffee, you know? I just realized Limpeh spirit animal is a sloth. I know, I never I don't know what my spirit animal is. Maybe a sloth, maybe. Sometimes koala. But honestly, if you ask me, since young, I have a very strong feeling, a very strong affiliation with a certain animal, actually. And I feel like that's my spirit animal. Can anyone guess? And it's not a sloth. Eugene, Singapore's Korean town, Bugis? Oh, Tanjong Pagar. I don't really know where. I only heard like there's certain area in Singapore that's very Korean town right now, like in the true sense of the word Korean town. I actually don't really know. I always thought it's Bugis, but honestly I don't even know where Tanjong Pagar is, so even if you tell me, I don't know. Although there's a Korean drinking belt in Telok, I don't even know where and what Telok Ayer is, I'm sorry. Tin Foil Man, I could never drink black coffee. Then you're not a coffee drinker, you're not a coffee lover. I actually took a course, I actually took a barista course, you know. So I know how to differentiate between the different beans when I drink or even just smell the beans. I know the roasting process, I know how to do hand roasting. I took the barista course just because I love coffee that much. And so if you love coffee this much, you can never put anything. You can never destroy coffee with sugar or cream or milk and all that stuff. Man, everything that extra that you put in coffee is just destroying coffee, okay? Basically, you're trying to create Coca-Cola out of coffee. Takes time to heal, hurting so much. Will you see that I was blind to let you go? I inside, cause love takes time. All these songs from my middle school I will remember. I don't wanna be here alone. Sing it, baby. I just did. Okay, I just did. Okay, I just did. I'm so surprised and so pleasantly surprised to see my Eugene, B, all these people from my usual friends from Asia being on Lunar New Year's Eve night, you know. Really appreciate it, Eugene, B. Oh, Eugene, how many kids you have right now? Like, it seems like you have at least 2 kids right now, yeah? I only heard that you have a new baby just last year, isn't it? Baby girl, right? Last year? Tin Foil Man. I think we are only 2 years about in age. Oh, really? Oh, you're like what? What's your age? 48 or 44 or something? Yeah, I know. I know what I mean. Eugene. Yep, 2 boys. Oh, but last year you had a baby girl, isn't it? The youngest monster is why I'm in Korea for a year. Oh, 48. Ah, so you're 2 years my senior. Shish. Then my guess is your spirit animal is a wolf. Nope, not wolf. Not wolf. Definitely. How? What about me makes you feel like I'm a Wall Street wolf? You know, I'm not a wolf of Wall Street. A lot of people guess that about me. You know that my spirit animal is a wolf, just because I'm involved in the Wall Street. Just because I make my money, a living from the Wall Street, they all think I'm a wolf. No, not at all. Not at all. My spirit animal since young, I have a strong spirit affinity to this animal since young. I get more guesses before I review. Younger monster. Pinpoint man, when you're 200, I'll be at your birthday as 200. Oh, it's a deal then. It's a date. Most likely I'll see at least 200. Yeah. Eugene, someone cleaning the steam. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. See, this is a immediate neighborhood on top of the hill, meaning during weekday mornings, this place tends to be very deserted because everybody go downhill, go to work or school. They don't hang out in this area. This Russian guy always come on and say fuck you. Does a voter on means fuck you? Shishia, say elephant, but highly doubt it. No, not elephant. I get more guess before I review. Guess what is my spiritual animal? My spirit animal totem. What animal is it? Since a very young age, and still now I feel it. My animal totem, my spirit animal. What is it? Guess. So far only Shish has been guessing and nobody else guessing. Nobody else it. Shish, nobody else interested in this stuff. See. 알록달록 생채수 예쁜 햇살 아래서 너무 예쁘게 보여요. You don't have to find out. You know, you know. If you know, you know. You never have to find out. Nobody knows, yeah? It's more than just a feeling, you know? It's way more than just feeling. It rules certain part of your personality. And at times you feel, it's not just a feeling. It basically, a part of that characteristic is embedded in your own characteristics, yeah, like that. And therefore, under certain situations, you behave exactly like the animal. And I do. Think for me, you're a fox. Nah, no, I'm not that foxy. Definitely not. Never, not a fox. Any more guess? I know my spirit animal is so obvious, but I don't know why everybody's going around exotic animals. Mine is very common animal. Cat. No, not cat. I'm gonna review. Retro bear. No, not bear. Why everybody's going all around and not stating the obvious? Moose. No. My spirit animal is a dog. Dog. A common domestic dog. That's my spirit animal. The most common thing in the world, nobody guesses it. Everybody's been going round and round, you know? But nobody guessed the obvious, yeah? Dog. My spirit animal is dog. It rules certain parts of my personality, yeah, and I do behave and act pretty much like a dog under certain situations. I was gonna say a bat. Oh my goodness. I have very strong characteristics of dogs as well, in terms of portrait characteristics. Yeah, very strong. You hate the sun, but I didn't start out hating the sun. I only started hating the sun in the second half of my life. From the second half of my life onwards, after I left the military, actually. When I was in the military, I don't care about sun. Which is why I always say, you can always heal all this sun damage, no matter what age you are. Because I started healing back when I was quite from my 30s onwards. I only started taking care into my early 30s. Oh, so you can always heal back. If I could heal back since the early 30s, anyone can. Tinfoil man, a fox is a type of dog, so it's a wolf, but they are so different in terms of characteristics. Shish, a bear or an owl? No, shish, I just reviewed the answer. Okay, tinfoil man, if it makes your day, you win. But then, if that's the case, then I will have to say shish win, because shish guessed wolf earlier on, which is closer. So, but I'm not wolf. No, I don't share the characteristics of either a wolf or a fox. It's just a dog. Oh, is winning that important? Okay, then you win, tinfoil man, you win. Yeah, congratulations. Assalamualaikum. 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 Bailam Lal. So New Year here is called Bailam Lal. Korea Bailam Lal, Qing Bailam Lal. In Turkish, China is still called Qing, and Qing is Qing dynasty. So Turkish still call China Qing dynasty. Shish. Well, I was expecting the answer because dogs are social animals and don't like being alone. Oh no, I don't share that part of and of course I didn't start out liking being able to be alone. I'm like all human beings. I started out social. I only started being able to be alone as my spiritual journey deepens. When your spiritual journey deepens, then you can do it. Yeah, it's not because I started out that way. I still like to be social. I still love to have a bunch of buddies drinking together, stuff like that. I still like that kind of punuiki, that kind of atmosphere. I still like to go to a pochang matcha and then everybody is drunk and crazy. I still like that. But I just don't get it. I just don't have it. But if I don't have it, I'm okay. I'm fine with it. I don't like need it, but I like it. Eugene, what kind of breed of dog? There's the husky, which is closer. Oh, if you ask me what kind of a breed of a dog, I'm more golden retriever. I'm more golden retriever than anything. Yeah. Shish. Also, elephants are common animals for us. Yeah, I know, right? And holy. Ganesh. Tinfoil man. My dad always said I remind him of a horse. In what way? Oh, in that way? Eugene, or the Chihuahua, which is devil's incarnate. No, I'm more golden retriever. I'm nothing very exciting or explosive or mind blowing. In reality, I am very normal. Like, I'm more normal than most normal person. As you can see, I identify with extremely normal things. When it even comes to spiritual animals, my spiritual animal is the most normal of the normal, like golden retriever dog. Not just a dog. Not the most normal dog. Like, everything about me See, a lot of people might look at me and think like, everything about me is exotic, everything about me is exciting and mind-blowing. Actually, no, it's actually the complete opposite. Everything about me is very normal, more normal than most normal people try to be. Yeah, I'm so normal, so everyday, so inconspicuous. Yeah, yeah, that's the real me, you know. I'm the kind of guy that just disappears in a crowd. Nobody notices me when I walk by. That kind, you know. I'm not like a spectacular celebrity kind of thing, you know. Never. Even the stuff that I identify with are very common, very everyday life things. Tinfoil man, no, I'm always walking around. Shish. Thank goodness he didn't say park. I can imagine Limpeh as a park. Parks are cute. But yeah, I identify with golden retriever. Yeah, when it comes to dogs or Labrador, you know, pretty much the same thing. You know, like most people try too hard and spend too much of the time trying to be exceptional, trying to be outstanding, trying to stand out, trying to not be normal, trying to be not be common. Whereas I do pretty much the opposite. Now I try so hard to just be common, to be inconspicuous, to be just a guy down the street, just your regular boy next door, you know. Yeah. Tinfoil man, you will make a great Labrador. 100%. 100%. Definitely I make a great Labrador. I'm Labrador or Golden Retriever, like from my bones, you know, 真的 pure 一嫩 the pure 瘦嘅 pure 一嫩 可能送腳了 like this thing is in my bones, you know. I was thinking Saint Bernard. You guys all think about exceptional things, you guys don't think about very normal things, you know. Even dogs, you think about Saint Bernard and all that stuff. Oh man, all the exceptional things. But it's actually really strange, right, to hear a YouTuber or a streamer says, "Oh, I don't want to be exceptional, don't want to be famous, don't want to be a celebrity, just want to be normal." Yeah, it's actually weird to hear, isn't it? We should start calling you Goldie. Yeah, anyone can call me anything you like. And if you catch on, you catch on. Doesn't catch on, you know. Even Limpeh wasn't my intention. You guys gave me this name. For some weird reason, I don't know since when everybody started calling me Mr. Limpeh. That's how it started. Wasn't even my intention. You guys gave me this name. Tinfoil man, cause we're all crazy. How about Muffy? You know, you guys can call me anything you like and see if it catches on. If it catches on, then I'll just run with it, you know. I'll run with any name anyone gives me, as long as it catches on. And Limpeh wasn't my intention. Limpeh catches on because someone started calling me that, and suddenly everybody catches on it. Yeah, suffice to say, nobody knows my real name. Nobody. Nobody online. And pretty much nobody offline as well. Nobody. At least not my full name. Some people may not know my partial name, but never my full name. In fact, I suspect my even people in my parental family, they don't know my full names. Yeah, they never addressed me by my full name before at all. Never. Since young, I never heard it. At least it wasn't Limp. Oh, it might as well be Limp. If it catches on, I'm fine. I'm fine with anything. Limp, ass, even ass, goofy, anything. As long as it catches on. It's weird, I'm pretty much not offended by anything. NSW, Happy Chinese New Year. Happy Chinese New Year to you if you celebrate. Where are you watching from? 恭喜发财，新年快乐，새해 복 많이 받으시고요. Tin Foil Man, I can't even say your full name. Oh yeah. Most people can't say my full name, to be honest. It's very long. Goldie, cause you're a heart of gold. Ah, thanks a lot. You know, I heard that quite a bit. 진짜 그런 소리 진짜 들으면서 사는 편인 것 같긴 한데. The first time I ever heard this, the first time I ever heard someone saying that I have a heart of gold, right, was actually like a long time ago, maybe 20 plus years ago, from my ex-girlfriend. And she said, oh, after we broke up, yeah, many years after we broke up, she said, to be honest, you really have a heart of gold. I go like, that's quite an achievement coming from an ex-girlfriend, yeah. Tin Foil Man, how many letters are in your full name if you spelled it in English? I can't count. I don't know. I never bothered to count. Way more than 10. Way more than 15. Oh. I never bothered to count. Let me see. $16. In English, it was 16. And you have to include the spaces too, so there will be 20. Retro, do you work with knots in the Navy? Yeah, pretty much. Not just in the Navy. I worked with knots since my Boy Scout days. I was a Boy Scout. When I was young, in my elementary school and middle school, I was a Boy Scout. So I played with knots a lot. Why? What about knots? Tin Foil Man, everyone here is so shy here. I know, right? Not very engaging, yeah? I don't have very engaging folks here. Shish, what do you call golden in Singaporean? I don't know. There's no such thing as a Singaporean language, by the way. Singaporean language means English. English is the first language. That's why, like I say, I always say, if I have to say what my first language is or my mother tongue is, it's English. I speak no other language better than English. Even though for some people they think my English sucks, but I speak no other language better than English. Yeah. There's no such thing as a Singapore language, by the way. Singapore is a multicultural society. Singapore is not an ethnic society. Singapore is a put-together society where it used to be quite abundant, quite a small island in the tip of Malaysia. So if you want to really like 진짜 따져보면, the real mother tongue of Singapore should be Malay, because the original inhabitants of the island of Singapore or Temasek is Malay people. Then after that, the British came, and then the British got people from all over the world to come work on the island, and suddenly it becomes a nation, and therefore it's a multicultural thing. And I think this is something that has to be reinforced and something that should be worked on, because right now I see it's trying to go in a certain ethnicity road, and I think it's very unhealthy. It's never meant to be that. If Singapore has to go an ethnicity road, it has to be Malay. Malays own that island. Malays were the original inhabitants of the island. People who look like this or white people never had a reason to be in that part of the world. Okay, we never grew, we never evolved in that part of the world. We never grew from that part of the world. I am very pro-Malay Singapore. If you really want to say it, it has to be Malay. Otherwise, then it can only be a multicultural society with no ethnic and cultural inclination, just a cosmopolitan place. That's my attitude on the whole direction about what Singapore should be. But of course, that's just my own idea, because it is not the way I think it is. And honestly, I don't quite know what way it is right now either, so whatever. Retro, I'm having such trouble with cat's paw. Huh? What about cat's paw? Ace Kong. Hi. Welcome. Wow. I'm getting a surprising number of Asian people coming on the stream tonight. Wait, you guys all not doing reunion dinner for Lunar New Year? I thought today I would get no Asians, because everybody from China to Korea to Southeast Asia is busy with Lunar New Year Eve reunion dinner tonight. We call it Sunhara. What's Sunhara? Teen Foy Man, did you ever find out what kind of COVID you had? I never bothered, but based on the symptoms, it's most likely Omicron. Based on the symptoms, because of the severe stomach cramp that I have, most likely Omicron. But honestly, I don't bother. Why bother? Why make it a big deal? I never even bother get tested. Good morning, Tressa from St. Martin's. Tressa is enigma on my channel, All he or she says is good morning. Shish. Actually, all Singaporeans I know do speak Malay. Yeah, I do speak Malay as well. To Oton Chongdoro, up to a certain degree, I do speak Malay as well. I almost thought that's the official language. Actually, Malay is the national language of Singapore, but it's been so overlooked. The official language is English, of course, but Malay is actually the national language, but it's so overlooked. Aku cakap Melayu. I speak Malay. Team Foyman, that person that walked behind you hit his face. Okay. Yeah, not everybody likes to be on camera. We have to respect that, 100%. Sunhara is golden. Oh, Sunhara. Golden. You see, I need to qualify a little bit. I always get a little bit emotional whenever I talk about what I think about Singapore and its direction, but the qualifier is this: I've not lived in Singapore for nearly 20 years, so I actually don't know what Singapore is about right now. Okay, all I'm talking about is an impression in my head from generations ago, right? So this is the qualifier. You can treat me as just another foreigner who don't know what the hell Singapore is about, just expressing my own personal opinion. Okay, so if I offend any Singaporeans, really sorry. Paise. You guys see, I mess with my hair a lot. Why? Because I'm literally just looking at the mirror all day. So what do you get? What do you expect? What are you gonna do when you look at yourself in the mirror all day? Team Point Man, dance for us. Oh, if you tip me enough, I'll dance for you. Buy me my coffee today, I'll dance for you. See, requests like this must come at a cost, huh? If you're not going to contribute to the sustainability of this live stream, then why should I? Yeah, why should I? You see, then there you go. Everyone tip him but yourself. Very disappointing, King Point Man, very disappointing. You want so much from me, but when it comes to actually giving back to me, you ask other people to do it. Very disappointing, King Point Man, very disappointing. Shish. If I were you, I would check myself out in the mirror cause you're too handsome. Thank you. Always feel very flattered. Honestly, I don't look very standoutish in real life. In real life, I would just disappear in a crowd. Yeah, I look very normal in real life. Tin Point Man, I don't have a card. So there you go, no dance for you. Oh, it's 1.5 hours. Like I said, I try to keep this live stream within like 1.5 hours because if it gets longer, then I'm putting in too much time commitment into this, and over time, like, it gets very tiring and it becomes unsustainable if I put in too much time and effort, you know. So I always need to manage the sustainability of this endeavor. Sustainability of anything comes from not overdoing it. And leaving enough space such that you feel you want to do it the next day, you know. Someone be a hero and keep him. But anyways, 1.5 hours, like I say, I really want to stop at the 1.5 hours mark because of sustainability. I would really want to aim for doing 1,000 episodes. This is episode 100, and I really appreciate all my Asian viewers for being on today. Even though it's Lunar New Year's Eve, and I know you guys are very busy with the reunion dinners, everything from China to Korea to Southeast Asia. And today is a very bright, sunny day here in Istanbul. 3 degrees Celsius, beautiful day in Istanbul, beautiful people. And I am here in Beşiktaş area of Istanbul, and my favorite neighborhood cafe, Vendor. And do join me tomorrow again, 10:30 a.m. Turkish time. Alright, see you. Annyeong.